Hey, let's stop overcomplicating content and providing value, and instead, let's follow a copywriting tactic that will make you a really effective teacher so that we don't need to do the crazy mirror board breakdowns with the crazy fucking visuals or spend 3, 4 minutes on like a short form reel over explaining our points to try and like make us sound smarter than we really are. All we need to do is get the this guy knows ball effect going, and they will trust us, follow us, and want to buy from us. Okay, that is what we're going for. This guy knows ball. Spider-Man meme where he's like, wait, this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about. That's what we're going for. Easiest way to do that: keep shit super fucking simple and imply this copywriting tactic that will make you a better teacher. Okay, now before I dive into this, I need to explain one concept and one backstory. Just bear with me here. Okay. One concept here. There is a difference between giving value versus receiving value. All right. We can give all the value we want, which is what most creators are doing, is they're giving value, they're making good content that solves problems, but nobody is receiving the value, right? And if nobody is receiving the value, then we did not provide value. We did not give them anything. All right. That's a shitty position to be in, especially if you know ball. Especially if you know ball, bro. So, how do we fix this, right? Because I can tell you, it's not by using bigger vocabulary, bigger words, making things more complex than it needs to be. It's definitely going to be simplifying it. Now, to illustrate this point a little bit further, I want to share an analogy. I was really bad at math in school. So if we think back to math, right? I got a tutor. My parents were like, "Yeah, this guy's cooked. He needs a fucking tutor." And so what happened with this tutor was they were trying to help me solve different equations and formulas, and I just didn't get it. I don't have math brain, okay? And so I could see that they were trying to give me value, right, to help me solve a problem. But until it was explained in a way that made sense to me, I did not receive the value. But when it did, when it clicked, when the light bulb went off, I could then look at the tutor and say, "Holy fuck, you're the goat. You know ball. Thank you so much." I actually received the value. So there's a difference, a clear difference in receiving and giving value. Okay, we need to make sure our audience is actually receiving the value. Otherwise, our good content is useless. It's really just useless, unfortunately. Okay, now backstory to this, and this is actually kind of hilarious because I executed all this almost perfectly with having no fucking idea what I was doing. Because about a year and a bit ago, I was actually making TikTok content about high ticket sales way before all these like things blew up, like way before all that shit blew up on like high ticket sales. But I was making content about this stuff, okay, and I didn't have a mentorship or coaching program or anything like that. I just wanted to basically help people, and I also did do some affiliate work for my mentor. I was like getting him some people, but again, I digress. In doing so, I got flooded with DMs of people just straight up DMing me, "Can you mentor me? Can you coach me?" Because of what I'm going to teach you, what I was doing. Okay, it was crazy, and I just thought like, "Oh, I got the sauce." Like it's just, yeah, that's me, bro. Like it's all me. But what I realize now, as I've learned more, I actually just executed a really good copywriting strategy tactic to help people learn things. And I also provided very unique value. But just to show you, I'm not talking on my ass. What I'm about to show you is on my Instagram, my private Instagram, where I was funneling people from TikTok to my Instagram to DM me. This is in the general tabs, not primary where all my friends are. Bruh, wait, hold on, fuck. Oh yeah, keep going, baby. Look at this, bruh. Like, look at just all these people DMing me for fucking help with sales. I'm just gonna click on a random one. I'm interested in getting a high ticket sale, blah, blah. Like, dude, like another one, bro. Like, hey, bro, I was checking out some of your videos from TikTok. Like, just just keeping a buck with you, okay? This shit works. I had hundreds of those DMs, hundreds of them. Like, please, man, because I wasn't even including the TikTok account, right? Like, I was getting them there, anyways. So let's actually get into this. Let's get into this. I'm done tickling your balls here, okay? We've established we do not want to make our lessons complex. We don't need crazy mirror board breakdowns. The only caveat to this is if it is helping you simplify your point. visuals and illustrations can definitely help do that. The problem I see is when people overcomplicate what they're trying to share with their crazy breakdowns and everything like that. Okay. Instead, what we are going to do is make sure we have actual unique value. All right. In the sales example, everyone at the time was teaching you to pay for sales training for guaranteed placement. That's how you get an offer, right? That's what everyone was doing. Instead, what I did is I said, all you need to do is learn how to network with other sales reps, sales trainers, managers, coaches, and they have connections to the offer owners who are hiring. And if you become a friend of that person by providing them value, um, you're way more likely to get referred the opportunities you actually want to work with, compared to being in job boards all day commenting interested, right? I was like the only guy fucking making this content back then. And when I was making this kind of content, people were blown away by it because it was genuinely unique advice at the time. People were like, this is crazy. Okay. And so you actually have to provide unique value. It cannot be easily found on AI or a YouTube video. Okay. This is where we need the this guy knows ball effect. Right. Now, here is the real sauce, the thing you've been waiting for, and I've fucking blue balled you for 6 minutes. The copywriting tactic that will make you an effective teacher, someone who's actually able to give value so that is received, is by framing our message in a way that will start with a negative. Okay, hear me out. So instead of telling people what they should do, this is how to do XYZ thing, we want to actually frame the message in stop making this error, don't make this mistake, stop fucking up in this way. All right. Here's why. One, humans were actually more primed for like negativity than we are positivity, right? And so basically telling someone how to do something, you should go do this. It's framed in a way it's in addition to what they're already doing, so it's more work, so they don't want to do that. And also, if we can frame our lessons in a way of like, stop making this error, stop making this mistake, we get that this guy knows ball, because if you know, you know, right? Only somebody who's been through this and done this can tell you what you're fucking up on, right? As well as, it's an easier way to provide value to people, because instead of telling them to go implement and learn something new, we are solving an immediate problem for them. And this is a Hormozy lesson here. We're solving an immediate problem with them that they can stop doing as soon as they finish watching a video, right? Hormozy has a lesson basically saying, if you're going to provide value to someone, but it's going to take them 6 months to implement and get the value, they're not going to do it, especially if it's coming from like a 60-second Instagram reel. So instead, if you can just tell them to stop making these mistakes, they're going to actually receive the value way quicker. All right. So in the case of what I was doing in that sales content stuff, is I was just telling people, stop spending all your time commenting interested in these job boards and stop paying $3,000 for guaranteed placement, especially when, like, dude, you're gonna pay someone $3,000 to get you a 6-figure job when people are paying Harvard $100,000 a year and Harvard can't even guarantee them a job. Like, make that make sense, right? So stop doing that and do this instead. Be in control of the pipeline of opportunities, connect with other people and network with other people so that you're actually more closely related to the offer that you're trying to get, right? And that was true, that's facts, and it resonates with people. It's a unique sauce. And the only way I know this is because I had to go through this, right? And so hitting on all these points and telling people to stop getting in the job boards and shit, that immediately relieves time and effort and spent in telling them what they should be focused on instead. Okay? And doing this enough times, it resonates with people and it actually provides them value. So I know I blue balled you a bit there for like 6 minutes on like what the copywriting thing is, but it's essentially just flipping the script a little bit. It's instead of telling them, you could say the same message. Okay, here's how to get your 10K a month sales opportunity in that example. It's to network with people and to do this. Instead, if you flip that on its head and say, hey, stop fucking doing this dumb shit that you're doing, and instead do this, it's received way better, right? In the tutor example, if the tutor can say, hey, stop dividing, you should be multiplying this formula, right? The reason you're fucking up is because you keep dividing here when you should be multiplying. Now it solves the problem. Hope that makes sense. So if you have any questions on this, you can DM the IG. I'm way more active there, trying to post more on YouTube, but this will give you the this guy knows ball effect. So, anyways, tell me I'm handsome. Hopefully, this is sauce. Stop doing the fucking over complex, mirror board breakdown bullshit and just flip script on. All right. Hope this helps. Good luck. Bye.